Imagine this. You're deep into the greatest game of your life, getting headshot after headshot, and then, out of the shadows, a new player emerges. You watch in astonishment as they send their ranks at lightning speed, wielding powers you didn't even know existed. The Arsenal world has been forever changed by these hidden forces. Although diminished lately, the damage has been going on for years. Today, we uncover the infamous saga of Arsenal's exploits. It all began with something called the Long Bat, which was essentially a breadstick on steroids. Picture this, a weapon about 30 times its normal size, absolutely mind-blowing, right? Back in 2020, it was a hilarious spectacle, but over time, it began causing server crashes, turning laughter into frustration. Not only did these huge breadstick things shut down servers, exploiters had a devious trick up their sleeves with straight up shutting down the server without the use of a breadstick. These cunning scripts had the power to bring an entire server to a sudden, screeching halt, leaving gamers baffled and annoyed. And then there was the loud bypassed audios exploit, which turned the game world into a deafening symphony of chaos. It was so loud that even streamers and content creators were forced to mute the game audio entirely. Imagine no matter how low you turned the volume, it was still ear-shatteringly loud. But perhaps one of the most interesting and frustrating exploits was the power of flight. Players would soar to unbelievable heights, raining bullets down on their helpless opponents. It was a sight to behold, but also a major headache. Sometimes flying wasn't always used for bad though. Sometimes it was used for funny moments, but most of the time it was used for ruining other players' experiences. The stomping kill all was another quirk in this bizarre world, turning every enemy's defeat into a stomp kill, where the enemy would land on someone's head based off of gravity. They'll just fall into someone's head and it would count as a kill. Whether it made sense or not, it started off funny, but like the others, it eventually wore thin. And just when you thought we'd seen it all, there was the brick battle exploit. Exploiters would spawn a brick wall in the middle of any Arsenal map. It didn't cause major issues, but it could be seriously annoying, especially when it blocked off crucial pathways on Arsenal maps. But wait, there's more. Enter the Terminator exploit, a rare and elusive type of exploit. With this exploit, players had infinite spawn protection and could fire crossbow arrows in all directions. I could go on for an hour explaining these exploits. Just a few more here. We have rapid fire, where the user will fire any weapon, even slow shooting weapons, at insane speeds. Exploiters can also teleport. They can teleport behind other players, the last person that killed them, or whoever they want to. And keep in mind, a lot of these exploits are used in combination of one another. It's not just one exploit being used at one time. A lot of them are being combined amongst each other. You'd think our list was done, right? Competitive Arsenal, as you might expect, wasn't immune to these exploits either. It's in the competitive arena where things got truly intense. Some players used a tricky strategy called ghosting. It wasn't a traditional exploit, nor is it considered an exploit, but it was still a cheat nonetheless. It was a cheat to gain an unfair advantage over opponents. Ghosting allowed players to use an alternate account to secretly observe their rivals during intense 1v1 matches, giving them inside information that was off-limit to others. Another powerful tool in their arsenal was ESP, which stands for extrasensory perception. This nifty little trick revealed enemy locations that ordinary players couldn't see. Often it was paired with aimbots, an exploit that took the skill of aiming out of the equation. With aimbots, every bullet found its mark, making precision and accuracy obsolete. Not to mention the very controversial extended hitbox. It's exactly how it sounds. Users of this exploit would see a larger hitbox and be able to hit more headshots and more shots even if they weren't accurately aiming at their opponent. ESP and extended hitbox are one of the most popular accusations that are thrown around in the comp scene. But that's not all. The world of competitive cheating went even further. Some players used a lag switch, a devious device that could drop an opponent's FPS to about 0 in the blink of an eye. This made the game entirely unplayable, even if for just a brief moment. These cheats not only disrupted the balance of the game, but also introduced new challenges for fair competition, creating an atmosphere where skill took a backseat to unfair advantages. While Arsenal has seen progress in combating exploits, some of these users continue to persist in the gaming realm. ESP remains a thorn in the side of game developers, seemingly refusing to disappear. Similarly, the infamous aimbot and extended hitboxes continue to pose significant threats to the fairness of competition. It's worth noting that in some cases, these allegations may be fueled by frustration over losing, rather than actual instances of exploitation. Nonetheless, the struggle to maintain a level playing field in Arsenal continues, as the battle between fairness and exploiting wages on. These exploits, which often targeted content creators, led to moments of amusement and frustration. There were times when these exploits created funny moments on streams.
Right there it is. All right, well, content! Let's go! Let's go!
But more often than not, they rendered the game unstreamable, as exploiters relentlessly wreaked havoc on servers. These antics also left many other players in public matches feeling robbed of the game they wanted to enjoy. But here's the question that lingers. Why would someone engage in such disruptive behavior? For many exploiters, it was the rush of attention they received for their actions. They reveled in the chaos they caused and the reactions they garnered from their victims. Can we really blame them though? After all, who doesn't enjoy a little bit of attention? However, for most of us, there are moral boundaries we won't cross, and not everyone possesses the same sense of right and wrong. While it's easy to disdain the use of these scripts, it's also important to explore the motivations behind those who choose to disrupt others' experiences. It's a complex issue that goes beyond the surface. It's unfortunate to see someone venture down a path of ruining other people's enjoyment, but it's equally intriguing to contemplate the kind of power one might feel when they have the ability to entirely alter a game. Nobody is perfect, especially when we were younger, and I too remembered those days when I may have annoyed a few Minecraft streamers by stream sniping them. In the end, this journey through Arsenal's exploits reminds us that the gaming world is as diverse as the people who inhabit it. It's a space where moments of joy, frustration, and introspection intersect, reminding us of the intricacies and human stories behind every online avatar. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out my other content by subscribing to my channel.